Good evening, guys. Let's wait for a couple of minutes to see whether the others are also joined, then we'll start. Okay, good evening, guys. Let's start. Shall we straight away move on to past papers today? It's up to you guys. Do you want a revision on certain chapters or shall we straight away move on to past papers? Ifas, Yumna, Arunthati, Nafis, Amna, what are your views? So Arunthati prefers revision. Yumna prefers directly past papers. The others? Past papers. Nafis, Amna, how about you two? Right. We'll straight away move on to past papers then. Can you guys log into the portal? You all have the access to the portal, right? Can you guys log into the portal? We'll do it in the portal itself. Everyone, please log into the portal and let me know that you guys have logged in. Let's do this together in the portal itself, guys. Because as I always say, the exam portal is not exactly equal to your Excel. Slightly similar, not exactly equal. Therefore, we need to get used to practice the questions or the answers in the portal as well. So let's use this revision as the time for that. Everyone, please log into the portal and drop me a message saying that you guys have logged in. Then we will start. Quickly, log in everyone. This is the past papers portal ACCA. You guys know how to log in, right? Oh, not the alternative login. That is for Study Hub. Okay, let me show you guys how it works. Just go to ACCA Global. Go to the bottom. I don't have the access from my ACCA. You guys have, but since I don't have the access through my ACCA as I'm a member, use this link. Past papers, ACCA qualification. Select the paper taxation. Then go to exam questions and past papers. It will give you login to the practice platform and then use your normal ACCA login and password. Can everyone quickly log in? Okay, Yumna has logged in. The others? Ifas, Arundhati, Nafis, Amna, how about you guys? Naja, you also can you join the ACCA exam platform? We are trying to do past papers through the platform. Can you also join the exam platform, please? Arundhati, are we okay? Please go ahead, Arundhati. What is the doubt?
Sir, which one in the list I have to select after login to the ACCA portal, sir? ACCA Study Hub, Effective Learning and Past Exam Question Paper, its list is there, no? CBE specimen. Do I have to select CBE specimen?
Shall we try the path I show you? Let me show you. once more. Go to the ACCA global site. Are we in there?
Yes, sir.
Then go to the bottom, the very last bottom.
Yes, sir.
Then go for past exam papers link. Click that.
Okay, sir.
Then select ACCA qualification from here.
Yes, sir.
Right. Then click taxation.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Then you get a list of options here, no?
Sir, from this, I have to know which one I have to select.
From here, select this one, past exam and question practice.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Then you will get the this link, log into practice platform. We are okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Great.
Thank
Uh,
you.
no problem. Asma, can you also join the ACCA practice platform, please? Right, in that, uh, can you assign the paper September, December 2021 exam? Can you assign that and go into the paper? We'll start from this paper. Can everyone log into this one? September, December 2021 exam. Done?
Sir, how to
Everyone?
assign this UK
Uh,
September? Yeah,
sorry,
paper
Arundhati. Sorry, your line was breaking, Arundhati.
assigning material, no? In that, what I have to do, sir?
Uh, there again, you will have the subjects, right? For in your left corner, I'm sorry, right corner, you have the subject names, right? Am I correct? So if I go to this one,
No, sir.
wait, I will also log in and show you.
Yes, I'm in this page only. After this, I don't know what I have to do.
Right. So here, can you see the subjects in your right corner? The subject names: advanced audit and assurance, advanced finance management, advanced taxation. You can see the subjects, right?
Catalog is not available for me, sir.
Can't be. Can you refresh your this, what do you call, portal?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And on the top tabs, you are in the home page, right?
Sir, now it's available after refreshing.
Right. Then come to the bottom, you will have taxation. Found it. Are we okay? Then click this plus mark. You will get a drop down menu. Got it? Arundhati, are you there?
I'm trying, sir. There is nothing like this listed. Under
So
catalog, nothing is
found the
working.
taxation subject.
I can't able to find any list, sir, like this. Only
List
catalog,
box is
yeah,
catalog
catalog,
box is not there.
yeah, catalog
That,
is there, but under that, if I click also, that link is not working.
sorry, okay, you get the catalog, but nothing is appearing in the catalog, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Yes, sir.
Is your Wi-Fi okay?
Yes, sir. It's with dialog network.
Okay, usually that cannot happen. You should have this breakdown. Hmm, what can we do?
So you can ask her to share the screen and you can guide her, right?
Shall I
Sorry,
send you
Nafis.
the screenshot, sir?
Yes, please go ahead and send me a screenshot. And Nafis, what did you suggest it?
No, sir. You can ask her to share the screen and you can guide her, right? Like how to.
Yeah, we can try.
Or sometimes we need to log in to our account. Then it might show.
It often takes time to load. Okay. Strange. For me, always it does.
Sir, I sent that screenshot in WhatsApp.
Okay, let me check. For you, it's not loading, I think. Okay, so if when it happens to you, what do you do usually? You wait, okay?
Sir, now it's available. What can
Right.
I
Then I think Ifaz is correct. Go to the bottom. Can you see the subject taxation at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
Right. Click the plus mark right next to the name.
Okay, sir.
Then again go to bottom.
Yes.
Then you will see UK.
Yes, sir.
Click the plus mark again.
Okay.
Then you get ACCA official resources.
Yes, sir.
Again click the plus mark.
Yes.
Then go to past exam library.
Yes, sir.
Then here you have a set of papers that that they have allowed you guys to attempt.
Yes,
Out
sir.
of this, let's go to September, December 2021 exam. This one, first one. There's a button called assign, right? A blue color button.
Yes, sir.
Click that one.
First one.
Yes, for you,
Front
the first
one.
one is same, right? September, December 2021.
Okay, sir.
Right. Assign it. Then give a small time. It will appear in your left side now. Something like what I have here.
Yes, sir. Let me try.
Then you can click the start button. Yeah, I got a question from Ifas. Can we attempt 2011 exams? It's the old Finance Act. Question is 100% valid. I totally accept. But what to do? Tax is a subject like that. which changes each year. So what we can do is the question pattern would be same, only certain rates and all will be changing except for the corporation tax. The other areas we don't have any conceptual changes. Other areas we only have rate changes. So we can just apply the current rates instead of the older rates when we are doing the answer. No, except for corporation tax, other questions you can attempt alone. Only thing is, when you are checking the model answer, you might have a bit of a problem because the model answer, sorry, will be based on the previous tax year's tax rates. But question is fine except for the corporation tax related questions. Are we okay, Faz?
Sir, okay, done everything.
Great. Okay, then can you guys see the first question? First requirement, what is it?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Briefly explain the difference between tax evasion and tax avoidance. Am I correct? Right. So you have a Word kind of a document to type the answer. You have 2 marks. 2 marks means how many minutes do you have for each 1 mark? 1.8. Super. So 2 marks means how many minutes you have? Maximum. Right. To answer this kind of a very straightforward question, do you need 3.6 minutes?
No, sir.
We don't. So quickly, can you try to answer this one? Type the answer in the Word document, type the answer. Assume you are doing the paper. Everyone type the answer. Sorry. I hope everyone is typing.
Yes, sir, we are typing.
Great. Let me know once you are done. Okay, okay, all righty, fast, good. Right, so Asma is done. Others, you guys also, as soon as you are done, let me know. Yumna is done. Right. So basically, they are asking the difference between tax evasion and tax avoidance. To write the answer for this one, we don't even need to go through the scenario, right? Even without reading the scenario, we know the answer for this. This is a generic question. Okay, fast. The last part is the most interesting part in your answer. Right. So this kind of questions can be there in your exam as well. The difference between tax evasion and avoidance has been a bit of a famous area. I mean, there was a maybe let's say in March they ask it, June they don't, September they might ask it again. This has been a bit of a common question that has been tested time to time, for which you don't need to go through scenarios or whatever to answer it. Easily you know the answer for that. It's a theory question, pure theory question. Tax avoidance is trying to reduce the tax liability using tax planning techniques, which is legal to a certain extent. On the other hand, tax evasion is where we're trying to illegally reduce the overall tax liability. In simple terms, if you write something like this, you are more than good enough to score the 2 marks. You don't need to write a lengthy para, it's only 2 marks. Just 2 sentences like this will bring you the whole 2 marks. We are good? Great. Then let's move on to the next question. And in the portal, the other thing is, guys, you cannot move on to the next page unless you scroll down the entire thing. So we didn't read the scenario yet. So I'm scrolling down to the bottom. Then I click next. Right. Second one, they are asking to calculate the income tax payable and class 1 NIC suffered by Emerald for the tax year. Forget about the tax year. We will do with the provisions for the current tax year. Requirement, is it clear? Great. Then let's go walk through the scenario. You should assume today's date is December 2020. This can be a very important piece of information in certain questions. Might be in this one as well. Jade is self-employed and normally subject to income tax at higher rate of 40%. However, because of some exceptionally large one-off contracts, Jade has forecast that her trading profit for the year ending 5th April will exceed £200,000, meaning she will pay income tax at the additional rate of 45% for the tax year. We'll assume 2023-2024. So what has happened is generally she has been a higher rate taxpayer. So her income would have been in between 37,700 to 125,140. That would have been the range. But now, because of certain one-off contracts, her income is going to go beyond 200,000 itself. So if her income goes beyond 200,000, automatically she becomes an additional rate taxpayer. So if she is an additional rate taxpayer, the rate is what they have specified. It is going to become 45%. JD is going to undertake 4 measures aimed to reducing her income tax liability and NIC for the tax year. Right. So Jade seems to be trying to do her tax planning. That's why they mentioned today is only 15th December. So she has around 3.5 months to do her tax planning in order to reduce her overall tax liability. Are we following up to now? Great. Then we are reading the first part. Employment of her daughter. So that is Emerald. Our requirement is also relating to Emerald. Jade's daughter Emerald has recently returned to UK after traveling overseas. She currently has no income for the tax year. For the 3-month period ended 5th April 2021, that means from Jan onwards, we are talking about. Emerald will be employed by Jade's business at a gross monthly salary of £2,000. This salary is reasonable in relation to the duties that will be performed by Emerald. Okay. So, whatever the task that Emerald is going to perform, the price that JD is planning to pay Emerald is reasonable. So, that means we are in line with the market rate. Based on that, now we have to calculate the income tax payable and national insurance contribution payable by Emerald. Is the case clear? Right. So to answer this part, B part of this particular question, do we need to read the entire scenario? We don't need, because all the information relevant is given under the employment of daughter paragraph itself. Most of your exam papers will have this structure. So why I am telling this is a mechanism that we can follow to save our time. We can try to save our time, read the scenario first, read the part relevant for that scenario, then we can, draft the answer. We can have a sketch of the answer. Are we clear? Right. So for Emerald, there seems to be this 2000 is her only income. This is yes, this method is applicable for section B as well. B, C, both sections, we can adapt the method that we are going to try now. Right. So for Emerald seems to be only this 2000 which she is going to receive as a monthly salary from Jade. Sorry, that is going to be her only income. Based on that, we need to calculate income tax and the NIC class 1 for Emerald. So 2 marks are given. So you might have 3.6 minutes to do the calculation. Based on the numbers or the rates applicable for the tax year 2023-2024, can you guys quickly try this on the portal Excel sheet itself? Can you guys quickly try? Can we give a try? Super. So let's try to do within 3 minutes. I will also keep the stopwatch from my end. Let's start now. Okay. Okay, Yumna, noted. Point is noted. Right. Nafis has done. Others also quickly start. Start in the sense, try to finish. Okay. Two are done. Great. Three are done. We have four more to go. Okay, guys. 3 minutes is up. I'll give you guys 1 more minute. Don't put the answer yet. For the time being, let me know whether we are done or not. Right. Ifaz is also done. So four are done. 1 more minute max, guys. Want everyone to give a try. Right. Time is up, guys. Let's try. Yes. While I'm doing the question, I will, while I'm doing the answer, I will show you uh, how to change these to percentages, accounting, numbers, all those stuff. All right. Everyone is done. Anyone who couldn't attempt on time? Okay. So let me take out all the numbers and do it from the beginning with you guys. So I will not do the typing part just to save the time so that we can do more questions. But answering part, I will do from the sketch. As usual, guys, have the name of the taxpayer at the top. Tell what you are going to compute. So we are going to compute the income tax and for which period. Now we are going to compute based on the provisions for 2023, 2024. So I'm saying computation of income tax. Let's say an NIC. For 2023, 2024. Then I personally prefer to have 3 columns with the accounting or number format. So how am I going to do that? Go to this one, dot double zero icon, go to that, click it, go for custom option. Then select number. Always try to use this 1000 separator. That will minimize the margin for error. Click the 1000 separator and go for option 3 or 4. I prefer one of those two, since if it is a negative balance, it will be automatically bracketed and highlighted. So go to option 3 or 4, say apply. Then you can, it will automatically close. If it doesn't close, just use the close button. Are we okay? Arundhati, I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Thank you.
Right. Now, starting with income tax, the only source of income that Emerald is going to have is what? Only salary, right? So she is getting a salary of 2,000 pounds per month. That is also only for 3 months, because we are talking about only a 3-month period. We are already in mid-December. So only Jan, Feb, March, she will have a salary for the current tax year. Are you all agreeing with that? Great. So then 2,000 pounds per month. This is going to have for 3 months. Agree? So I put 3. We agree? Can she claim her personal allowance? Right. So if she claim her personal allowance, what will happen? This entire 6,000 will be taken out by her personal allowance. Great. So if that is the case, now her taxable income is becoming 0. Do you agree? Awesome. If the taxable income is 0, then what will happen to the income tax liability? That is also going to be 0. Super. So I put a 0 here. But the question has two sub requirements, income tax liability and NIC. Therefore, just to highlight this answer, I bold it, so that the examiner clearly see one part of the answer is here. Use these bold, italic and underline options that has been given to you to attract the eye of the examiner to the important areas. So this is one half of the answer. So it is important. So I bold it. We are good? Right. Now moving on to NIC. Gross earnings would be only the salary, right? So I'm not going to compute again. I am going to link from the top. Equal, click this salary cell 6,000, press enter. So I automatically came here. Now I have to see how much is the tax-free amount. So how much is the tax-free amount? For NIC? Guys, how much is the tax-free amount for NIC? From the employee's side, up to a certain level we discussed, we are not charging any NIC, isn't it? What would be that amount? 12,570. Great. But this 12,570 is an annual limit. It's not a constant one like personal allowance. NIC, like I said, all the limits are annual. But she is working only for 3 months. So if it is an annual limit, we cannot grant entire 12,570 for her when it comes to NIC, unlikely the personal allowance. Are we clear? If that is the case, what we are going to do is, yes, we will have to time a portion, correct. Twelve five seventy divided by 12 into 3 months, which is 3,143. Then I take the gap. For that, I use the sum formula, equal sum tab, select the range, press enter. So we have an excess of 2,858. What is the NIC rate that we need to use? Okay, I got an answer saying 12%. If you forget the rate in the exam, come to the bottom left corner. Here you have something called help/tax tables. By any chance, if you forget the rates or anything, just click here. And the second tab you have there would be the tax tables. Click that tab. This will show you all the tax rates applicable for your exam. So I'm scrolling down to figure out the NIC part. So around fourth page, you will have the NIC rates, but these rates we cannot use for this paper because this is a past paper. Past means past. So the rates are also past rates. So we cannot use this for here. So what am I going to do is I will use the Kaplan rate for the time being as an alternative for this tax rate table because this is the past one. Are we good? Right. Let me open the Kaplan rates. Right. Here we have the rate. So we are talking about class 1 employee rates. So it will be 12% like if I said. Are we good? Everyone, any question from anybody? Not 12,570 fast. The amount that you calculated here would be the nil rate now because like I said, this 12,570 for NIC purpose. Not just that, 9,100 and all these limits given for NIC are annual limits, unlikely the personal allowance. So we have to time a portion since she is only working for 3 months. Are we okay? Right. Uh, no, no, no. Don't worry about that, Arundhati. These are just to practice. Past papers are just to practice, no. So that's why I said past papers, if you try to go and compare with the model answers in the platform, yes, you have a bit of a issue because the answers they haven't updated for the current tax rates. That is true, but we are just practicing here, no. In the exam, they will be using the accurate rates and the accurate numbers. These are just past papers for our practice purpose. Are we okay? Right. So now what we need to do? we have to multiply this by 12%, which gives us a NIC of 343 pounds. Are we all okay? Anyone has a query? Or we are all good to go? We are all good, or any queries? Great. Then let's move on to the next question. Calculate Jade's overall savings of income tax and class 4 NICs for the tax year if she undertakes the 4 tax planning measures. Note, you should show by how much each of 4 measures will reduce Jade's trading profit and the resulting tax and class 4 NIC savings for Jade. Requirement, is it clear? Great. Then let's walk through the question, the balance part of the scenario. Last point, simply what you need to do is you have to show the impact by what kind of an impact that each of these measures will have. So we just need to show the impact on the income tax as well as on the NIC. Right. So capital expenditure, Jade was planning to purchase new office equipment for £14,000 on 10th April 2021. So let's make it 2023. But this expenditure will instead brought forward to 1st April. So earlier she was planning to purchase it in the next tax year. Now she is planning to advance it, to purchase it early. This will be her only capital expenditure for the tax year. So that's the only capital expenditure to grant capital allowances. Bonus, Jade has one key employee who was largely responsible for obtaining the large contracts. This employee has a gross annual salary of £65,000, will be paid a bonus of £10,000 on 1st April. That means during the tax year, she is planning to pay a bonus to this particular employee. Then drawings. Jade was planning to take £100,000 out of the business as drawings during the tax year, but will instead take a reduced drawings of £80,000. So whatever she was planning to take out of the business during the tax year, she has reduced that amount. These are the 4 initiatives that Jade is planning to do. So 6 marks are there to calculate the impact on income tax and NIC. 6 marks means how many of minutes that you guys have? How many minutes? Drawings NSI. You mean National Securities, that part. Is it? That is the question you guys have to think. If I tell that, I will be telling a part of the answer. So you guys have to try. After that, I will explain. So like Arundhati said, you guys have around 10.8 minutes. Shall we try to finish this by 10 minutes? Ifas, are we good? Right. So guys, you have 10 minutes, give this one a try on the portal Excel itself. Within 10 minutes, let's see what we can do. Your time starts now. Yes, Arundhati, that suggestion of functions boxes are not appearing in the portal. So you have to type the function and use tab and start from there. That issue is there. That's why I said we need to get used to this portal before the exam. No, for that, once you say equal sum, then press tab. Then automatically the bracket will come. Equal sum tab. Or whatever the formula, equal, type the formula, press tab. That will automatically converted it into the function. Are we okay? Right. So guys, your time is up. How's the situ? Anyone completed? Okay, you're stuck in the drawing, son. Okay. The others? Yes, the answer for your question is yes. Not considered. Correct. Okay. If as is done, the others, what is your situ? Arundhati done, Ifas done, so two are done, the others? Okay, 1 minute more. Go ahead for the others also. Then we'll start discussing. Capital expenditure is also the same. There we have a bit of a trick, Ifas. No, not 20% as well. There is a bit of a trick in the capital expenses one, a hidden adjustment. Yes, correct. Okay, right. Few are done. We'll start then. Right. Let's take one by one on the options. First of all, let's try to figure out what kind of an impact each measure that Jade is planning to take will have on her taxable income or her tax adjusted trading income. That is the one that we are looking at, right? Then we can just apply the applicable rates and see how much is the tax impact. Let's see what is the overall impact each of these measures are going to create on her taxable trading income. We are good? Right. So employing Emerald, what would be the impact on Jade's tax adjusted trading income? What would be the impact by employing Emerald on Jade's tax adjusted trading income? Allowable. Okay, what will happen then if it is allowable? Deducted. How much? So what I'm asking is from employing Emerald, what would be the impact on Jade's tax adjusted trading profit? Right. Jade's tax adjusted trading profit will come down by 6,000. Right. The salary paid to Emerald, which is 6,000, will create a reduction in Emerald's tax adjusted trading profit. Everyone agree on that? right? Is that the only impact? That is my next question. Is that the only impact? No, I'm asking from Emerald salary, from the first measure. 2000 is per month, Razi. So she will be employed for 3 months, no? So 2000 into 3 would be 6000. Razi, are we okay? Right. Yes. Because you are correct. Class 1 employer contribution is also coming into the picture, isn't it? Since Jade is employing Emerald and paying a salary, Jade will be responsible or liable to pay Class 1 NIC employer contribution for Emerald. Are we all agreeing on that? Right. So whatever Class 1 employer contribution she is paying will be a deductible expense from Jade's tax adjusted trading income, isn't it? Right. So there are two impacts coming into her tax adjusted trading profit as a result of employing Emerald. Her salary will create a deduction in the tax adjusted trading profit, plus the NIC class 1 employer contribution paid on behalf of Emerald will also create a deduction in the tax adjusted trading profit. So two impacts are coming in. Are we agreeing? Right. How many of you all figured out that both options? How many of you all figured out? Silence means no one. Okay. Seems like yes. Coming back to your question, Razi, 9,100, 12,570, all these slabs that is given for NIC are annual slabs. So if the time period is less than or more than 12 months, we will have to time apportion. It's not like personal allowance, which is given for any number of months. NIC ones are annual ones. So if the time period differs, you will have to time apportion. In this case, for Emerald, only 3 months are applicable. So these 12,570, 9,100, these slabs, we will have to time apportion. Are you okay, Razi? Right. Then capital expenditure. What would be the impact that this capital expenditure, advance purchase of this particular asset, office equipment, what kind of an impact will that create on Jade's tax adjusted trading income? Yes, AIA will come into the picture because the question says only, this is the only capital asset. That means the full 1 million AIA is available. Sorry. So you can use AIA. So if Jade use AIA, what will happen? What would be the impact? What's going to be the impact? Yes, trading profit will come down by 14,000 pounds. Tax adjusted trading profit will come down by 14,000 pounds. Good. Then the next one, the bonus. What kind of an impact this bonus will create? What would be the impact that this bonus is going to create on the tax adjusted trading profit of Jade? Increase the trading profit. Okay. The others, what are your thoughts? Decrease by how much? Increase by how much? Decrease by how much? If I was referring to increase or decrease. Right. So decrease by 10,000. Okay. Yes, I agree. If she pays another bonus, that will be an employment cost. So yes, tax adjusted trading profit will come down by the bonus amount, which is 10,000 pounds in this case. But is that the only impact? Is that the only impact that it will create? Anyone? Yes. Again, NIC will come into the picture because for, yes, exactly. NIC for bonus will also come into the picture. Because for this particular employee also, you will have to pay class 1 employer contribution, right? So that will be a deductible expense from tax adjusted trading profit. So that also comes into the picture. Are we all clear about that? Any doubts about that? Right. Then the last one, drawings. What kind of an impact the drawings will create? Okay, if us believes no impact, the others? Drawings have to deduct by sales value. Okay, all right. What are other views that we have? Right. profit will not be affected by drawings. Yes, I agree with IFAS. This is a cash drawing, right? They are not referring to taking out goods from the business. It's a cash drawing that we are referring to. If it is a cash drawing, either way, whether she take out 100,000 or 20,000 or 1 million, we are not allowing to deduct anyway, right? So the movement in the drawings amount will not have an impact on the overall tax adjusted trading profit. So the last one does not create any impact because it's not goods. They haven't mentioned it's goods. Great. So are we okay with the last adjustments also? Awesome. Then let's move on to the calculation and see how are we going to tackle this. Okay, so let me take out the numbers. So what I might try to do is take all the numbers in a positive way. Whatever creates a reduction in Jade's tax adjusted trading profit, I'm going to take as a positive number. Whatever creates an increase in Jade's tax adjusted trading profit, I'm going to consider as a negative number. After that, I will figure out what is the impact on the overall income, taxable income or tax adjusted trading profit. Based on that overall impact, I will apply the respective tax rates, which will give me the overall tax impact as well. Are we clear on the approach? Okay, all right, guys, I got a request for a 5 minutes break. Uh, right, okay. Take your 5 minutes break. I'll give a minute break. So 5 minutes, guys, take your break. Finish your prayers and please join the class. So I'll give a break for 5 minutes. Are you all back? Can we start, guys? Great. Then let's start. So, like I said, what am I going to do is figure out whatever creates a reduction in Jade's tax adjusted trading income, I will take as a positive value. Whatever creates a negative impact, a decrease in her, increase in her tax adjusted trading profit, I'm going to take it as a negative balance. The net of that would be the overall impact on her tax adjusted trading income. On that, I am going to apply the respective tax rates. So let's see what will happen. So salary paid to Emerald, we discussed that is going to reduce the overall tax adjusted trading profit. So 2000 into 3, 6000. Then Emerald class 1 employer contribution on behalf of Emerald will create a reduction again. But the calculation will require some numerical stuff. So I'm giving a working. So move on to the working. Employment earnings, we know 6000. How much is the tax-free amount for class 1 employer contribution? Uh, 0, is it? How much is the class 1 employer contributions tax-free amount? Annual amount is how much? Great. Annual amount is 9100. Super. So that also, if you cannot remember, just go to the tax rate tables. 9100 per year. So, right. So what we are going to do is equal minus 9100 divided by 12 into 3. This is what we are going to do. 2275. So the taxable amount would be how much? Equal sum, tab, select the range, enter. 3725 will be exposed to tax. How much is the rate? Just go to the tables and figure it out. Yes, it's 13.8. Correct. This is the rate. So this one into 13.8% would be the rate for NIC, which is 514 pounds. Are we okay with that? Class 1 NIC Emeralds employer part calculation. Awesome. This one I'm going to link to my main calculation. Just press equal, click the cell, press enter. Then from the capital expenditure, we already discussed, there would be another 14,000 reduction as AIA. So I'm giving that reduction as well. Bonus, 10,000, again going to create a reduction in the taxable trading income. So 10,000 I'm taking. How am I going to calculate the class 1 employer NIC contribution on this bonus? What is the employment allowance? Right, employment allowance part. You are talking about this 5,000. Am I correct, Yumna? Right. So employment allowance is so I will re-explain this whole employment allowance concept since the query was raised. From the employer's side, when he is making the class 1 employer contribution, For each employee he will calculate individually. Let's say he has 3 employees, XYZ. For X separately, for Y separately, for Z separately, they will calculate the class 1 employer contribution. Then the employer can total it up because the payment he is going to make a bulk amount, no. So he will accumulate that. From that accumulate amount, he is allowed to deduct 5,000 as an employment allowance, just to give a small cushion for the employer. Are we okay? Great. So how are we going to figure out how much is the class 1 employer NIC impact on this 10,000 bonus? How are we going to do that? What are we going to do? How are we going to identify that? Get the excess of 9,100. Okay, then so 900, 10,000 or 10,000 minus 9,100, which is 900, that into 13.8. Is that what you are suggesting to IFAS? Right, okay, good. Check the earnings if it is more than 50,720. So how can I check the earnings here? Right, correct. So I agree with Raj's comment. Guys, they have given the salary. Exactly. I agree with Razi. Salary is given, guys, 65,000 pounds. So if the salary already is 65,000 pounds, from salary itself, he has surpassed the 50,270 limit, right? So anything more we add for this particular employee, that is going to get taxed at which rate for NIC? Exactly, 2%. We all agree on that? Right. So simply what am I going to do here is equal this 10,000 into 2%. That would be the impact. Correct. Above 50,271, the rate is 2%. Correct. So what I simply going to do is now this 10,000, I am going to multiply by 2%. Are we okay? Right. Then drawings we already discussed. It is not going to create any kind of an impact on Jade's tax adjusted trading profit. So I'm going to make a zero value there. Then the overall reduction would be the total of this, which is 30,714. Up to that, are we okay? Awesome. After that, to calculate the income tax savings, we just have to apply the respective tax rate. She is already an additional rate taxpayer, right? They are saying already her income is above 200,000 pounds. If that is the case, what would be the rate that income tax goes going to come down? At what rate? 40%. I got one answer. Good. Okay. The others? Anyone else who has a different answer? 45%, yes. Because guys, above 200,000 means she is going to be an additional rate taxpayer. So if she is an additional rate taxpayer, now out of her income, 30,714 will be taken out, which was supposed to be exposed to the additional rate. So tax savings is going to come down by 45%. 30,714 into 45%. So from income tax, she is going to have a tax savings of 13,821. Are we clear? Right. Then class 4 NIC, what will happen? So we'll go to the tax rate tables and see what is the rate. Class 4 is also going to expose for 2%. So 30,714 into 2% would be the reduction, which is 614 pounds. Are we clear? Right. So we have done one question which carries 10 marks. Any queries or anything that you are not clear on how to approach this question? Are we all okay? Right. Then let's move on to the next question. You mean without these changes, how much is the overall tax liability? And after the changes, how much is the overall tax liability? And show the difference, is it? Can do, but that has two concerns for me. One, it will take time. Yes, it will take time. Second one, they are asking impact adjustment wise, right? The note that they have given, they are asking for adjustment wise impact. So if I calculate the overall tax liabilities and get the difference, we are not showing the adjustment wise impact, isn't it? Because of these two reasons only, I use the shortcut. Why don't we time apportion the NIC rate? Why didn't we time apportion the rate is because the limit we time apportioned, the rate we don't need to, that we can use as it is because even if it is for 1 month, we will have to apply the same rate for NIC purpose. Even the other tax rates are like that, right? Our higher rate band, basic rate band, additional rate band, these limits, the percentages we are not time apportioning, except for the capital allowances. But the threshold, certain thresholds like your AIA threshold, then your NIC thresholds, these are annual thresholds. So those thresholds we need to time apportion. Are we okay, Razi? Right. Then moving on to the next question. As usual, let's check the requirement first. So the requirement is calculate Amanda's taxable benefit for the tax year in respect of the living accommodation provided by her employer. So the first part is to calculate the what you called living accommodation benefit. I hope you guys can remember living accommodation. So let's read through the scenario. Amanda's taxable income is given employment income, property income, Deduction for loss relief and qualifying interest payments is given. Personal allowance, this is an old rate, so we don't need to worry about that. Taxable income is given. This is the part we need for the first question or first requirement for 5 marks. For the period of 1st of November, we'll say 2023 to 5th of April 2024, Amanda's employer provided her with living accommodation. Her employer had purchased the property in 10th February 2018 for 174,000 and it was valued at 192,000 on 6th April and at a value of 194,000 on 1st November. Improvements costing 8,000 were made to the property during May 2019. The annual value of the property is 6,300. The property was furnished by Amanda's employer during August 2020 at a cost of 12,400. The taxable in respect of the living accommodation is included in the employment income figure 58,200. Is the scenario clear? Yes, dates will keep as it is and the provisions will do for 2023, 2024. Correct. I agree. Dates, let's not change. Let's keep as it is. But the rates and all, when we are using, we will use the current provisions. Totally agree. Right. Requirement, is it clear? And the scenario? Super. So 5 marks. How many minutes you can spend? For 5 marks, what's the time that you can spend? 9 minutes. Okay. So I'll give you 9 minutes. Start answering the question. Use the exam Excel version and assume you are sitting for exam. So properly construct your answer. Don't just put numbers here and there. Properly construct the answer with all the steps and workings. Your time starts now. Within 9 minutes, try to complete this one. I got your answer, Razi. Let's see based on the others' answers as well. We'll go ahead. Everyone, once you are done, just let me know. All right, guys, I got few answers. Uh, the others are also done. Can we proceed, or anyone who's still attempting? Time is not over yet. Since I got answers, I'm just asking if everyone is done, we can proceed. Right. Anyone who is still attempting? Right. We'll start there. Okay. I got few questions. Through explaining the answer itself, I will answer to your questions. So, first of all, do we need to use the market valuation here? Or can we go ahead with the cost model? That is the question number one. For expensive accommodation or the additional charge. Yes, we can go ahead with the cost model because the 6-year time gap has not been passed. So we can go ahead with the cost model. Right, then uh, improvements. Do we need to add this 8,000? Yes, we need. How about this 12,400? What are we going to do for that? We can give 20%, correct. Right. So I think you guys have figured out what we need to do. Let's do the calculation. We'll start with basic charge. We have only the what do you call the annual amount here. So I'll start with 6,300. Cost is 174,000. I take that. Improvements we are going to take, which is 8,000. Cost of providing accommodation would be therefore 182,000. Limit we have 75,000. So we have an excess of 107,000. Are we okay up to this point? Right. Now we have to apply the rate. What is the rate that we are going to apply on top of this? Right. I got one answer as official rate of interest 2.25. The others, what are you thinking? Yes, 2.25 we can apply. 188, 300. I think you have at this 6,300 also. Am I correct, Sumaya? It becomes 188 only if we add this one. Right. So this 6,300 is not getting added to the expensive accommodation. This cost part we are doing for the expensive accommodation. No. So in living accommodation, we have three aspects: basic charge, additional charge, or the expensive accommodation, and ancillary expenses. So basic charge would be 6,300. We keep it aside. Now we are calculating the additional charge or the expensive accommodation. So it starts with the cost. Are we okay, Sumaiha? Great. Yes, we need to time a portion. I'll come to that. We'll take everything together and time a portion. Then with one formula, we can sort it out. No? Are we okay, Fas? Right. Then the rate, like you said, we are going to apply 2.25. Then I will change the name. We'll stick to additional charge. Both names are correct, but this is the new wording. So we'll stick to additional charge. So excess 107,000 into the rate 2.25. This would be the additional charge. Then furnisher 12,400. I take that also here. So it's easy for me to annualize. So the rate would be 20% for that. Furnisher benefit would be this into 20%, which is 2,480. Are we good? Great. Total benefit, I'm just going to take the total. Basic charge plus additional charge plus the furniture benefit. Overall benefit is 11,188. But like Ifa's earlier question, we need to time apportion this because the benefit is only given from November onwards. So that means November, December, Jan, Feb, March. 5 months, right? Only November, December, Jan, Feb, March. Only 5 months the benefit has been given. So we need to time a portion. So 5 months, this divided by 12 into 5. 4,661 would be the total taxable benefit. Are we good? Any queries around this one? If our purchase is more than 6 years back, in this case, what will be the amount to be? Okay. If it is more than 6 years, then the amount that you will have to consider would be 194,000. The market value at the time of giving the house to the employee for the first time. So the house was given to the employee on 1st of November. So the market value as of 1st of November, we have to take if the 6 years has surpassed. Right. Any further questions on this part of the question, guys? Great. Then I'm moving on to the next part. Calculate Amanda's partnership loss relief for the tax year. No, it's not an ancillary expense. That is what we told as providing assets for personal usage. So if it is furniture, we can add it to the living accommodation benefit itself. We are good? Right. Okay, the next one is calculate Amanda's partnership loss relief. Let's read about that part of the scenario now. Amanda has been in a partnership with Benny and Cotton since 1st Jan 2008. For the year ended 31st December 2020, the partnership made a tax adjusted trading loss of £10,800. Okay. Until 28th February 2020, profits and losses were shared equally. Since March 2020, profits and losses have been shared 15% to Amanda, 60% to Benny, and 25% to Cotton. Amanda has claimed her share of partnership's loss against her total income for the tax year. And this is included in the deduction of loss relief and interest payments figure 3,200. So we need to calculate Amanda's partnership loss relief. We get 2 marks for that. So how much of a time that we can spend for that then? Two marks means what's the time that we can spend? Yes, 3.6 minutes. Can you guys quickly give this one a try? Let's try to do within 3 minutes. Can you give a try? Super. So your time starts now. Try to do this within 3 minutes. Yeah, I received two answers. How's the situ of the others? Time is up. What's the situ? Right. Anyone who is still attempting this part of the question? Right. Silence means no. Then let's go ahead. What I am just going to do is I am just going to split into two different periods because we are looking at from, so their year is from Jan. So they are going to change on Feb 28th Feb. So Jan and Feb will be under one sharing. March and December will be at one sharing. Are we agreeing on that? 2 months and 10 months. That's how it's going to split. Are we agreeing on that part? Right. So the profit, the loss is 10,800. I take that to the side. So I'm going to split this. Divided by 12 into 2 here. Divided by 12 into 10 here. We are agreeing on that? Right. So the loss share ratio for the, yes, for the first period, they were sharing equally. So which part I need to explain it again, Razi? Why I split it between the two periods or how I split? Right. So what am I trying to say is their period is from Jan to December, right? Their counting period. So if that is the case, they are changing on end of Feb, the profit sharing ratio on 28th Feb. So that means first 2 months they are going with the old profit sharing ratio. The balance 10 months they are going to go ahead with the new profit sharing ratio. Are we agreeing on that? Great. So the overall loss is 10,800. That is for a 12-month period. Out of that, first period is 2 months. So 10,800 divided by 12 into 2. Then second period, 10 months. 10,800 divided by 12 into 10. Are we good? Right. So this one equal, that means I can take 33.33% if it is equal. Then the second part, she's getting 15%. For the first period, 1,800 into 33.33. For the second period, 9,000 into 15%, 1,350. Overall loss share would be the total of these two, which is going to be 1,950. Are we good? Any queries around this calculation? It's a fairly easy calculation. Any questions, guys? So 33.33 is okay. 1/3, no. So what I do is 1 divide by 3. If I convert this into percentage, that is 33.33. That's how I got 33.33. Right. Any further questions, guys, from anyone? No problem. Anyone, any further questions? All right. Let's move on to the next part. Next one has two parts. Let's do both together. Calculate income tax and child benefit income tax charge payable by or repayable to Amanda for the tax year. Calculate the overall income tax savings and reduction in child benefit income tax charge if property income of 2000 has been received by Amanda's husband rather than Amanda. So altogether it carries 8 marks. Are the two requirements clear? Any questions on the two requirements? Right. So second one, what they are trying to say is, so Amanda is married. That's what they are trying to say. And there's a property income that Amanda has received. So instead of Amanda, if that 2000 was received by her husband, so Amanda's income is going to come down by 2000 in that case. Then what will happen to the child benefit charge? That's what they are asking. Are we okay, Arundhati? Right. Everyone, are we okay with the requirement? The both requirements? Right. Then let's read through the balance part of the scenario as well. Gifted donation during the tax year. Amanda made charitable gifted donation totaling 640 net. PAYE for each of the 12 months of the tax year. Amanda's employer deducted 900 of income tax from Amanda's monthly earnings under PAYE. Child benefit. Amanda received a child benefit of 2,547 during the tax year. Amanda's husband. For the tax year, Amanda's husband has a taxable income of 21,000 pounds. So that is the rest of the scenario. Are we okay? Any queries or anything that you all are not clear about the balance part of the scenario? Right. So 8 marks means how many minutes that you guys have to conclude on this one? How many minutes that you can spend? Right. 14.4. Right. We'll do one after another. For the first one, how long will it take? 5 marks one? 9. So within 9 minutes, can you guys try to figure out the answer for part C? Right. So your time starts now. Try to develop the answer in the exam portal itself. Make sure you do it in a structured way, guys. I always say the presentation is very, very important when it comes to the exam. Try to present the answer properly. Scroll down or scroll up if asked. Right. So this is the scrolling out. Ifaz, are we okay? Right. Okay, guys, your time starts now. You have 9 minutes. Give a try to attempt this part. Everyone, please attempt. This is a very important exercise that we are trying, where we try to answer the things in the exam portal itself. So make use of the program. Try this on your own when I'm giving the time. Please go ahead. Great. I got Rasi's answer. The others, if you guys also done, let me know. Then we can start. If not, you have time. Right. Arundhati is also done. If the others are also done, let me know. Then we can start. We don't have to wait till the end of the time. If you are still trying, no worries. Please go ahead. We have time. Right. Okay, guys, I got a question while you guys are trying Kaplan and BPP questions. If you find any issues, can you revert to me? Of course, yes. Not just Kaplan and BPP. If you are trying any kind of a question, it could be past papers, pre-mocks, mock papers, whatever. When you are trying, if you have any concerns or anything that you cannot understand, no problem at all with a screenshot of the question and the answer that they are giving. Let me know what is the concern that you have. Based on that, I will definitely help you guys out. No problem at all. Whatever the queries you have, always I am there to help you guys. Just reach out to me. No issue at all. Right. Now let's move on to this particular question. So from the top, also certain numbers we need because we are going to calculate the child benefit charge. So for that, we need the net income properly. And we have to calculate the adjusted net income also. Therefore, the values in this table also required for us. That is fine. And the values given here will also give us some indication about certain stuff. All right, let's move on. So they're asking for income tax and child benefit both. I can start with net income, right? There is no issue up to net income. All the numbers that we have calculated were correct. Our only concern is this 12,500, which is a previous tax year's number. So we can change that to the current tax year's number, 12,570. Up to this 57,000 numbers are accurate. Do you guys agree with me? Right. So I'm starting with 57,000. Personal allowance, I deduct whatever relevant for the current year, that is 12,570. Then I take the taxable income, 44,430. Are we good up to that point? It's a very straightforward part. Great. Then I have to calculate the basic rate, but for that I have a small adjustment. Why? She has a gift aid donation. So from the gross gift aid donation amount, I will have to extend the basic rate band. So for that, I have given a working and I clearly gave the working reference number. So I'm going for the workings. My basic rate band is 37,700. Net donation is 640 divided by 80 multiplied by 100. Yes, that would be the gross donation would be 800, correct? Right. So I take the total to figure out the extended basic rate band, which becomes 38,500. So I link it to here. Directly, I am linking, not copy pasting or anything. I am linking directly. So this 38,500 will be at 20%. The balance we will have to take at the higher rate. So 44,430 minus 38,500. This would be at the higher rate of 40%. So I'm going to calculate the tax as well by multiplying. So I get the total here. From this, I can deduct PAYE. They have given the PAYE amount, 900 pounds. I am going to deduct that from here. Apart from that, we have to see whether any child benefit charge comes into the picture. Up to now, are we okay? After deducting PAYE? Here we didn't do working for higher rate extended band. Yes, we didn't do a working for higher rate extended band because we are not touching the limit of higher rate band anyway, right? Which is 125,140. So there is no need to extend if we are not touching the limit. That is why I did not spend time on doing a working for the higher rate band extending. So for the exam, no, it's not necessary unless you are going beyond the higher rate band. If you are going beyond that, yes, then you have to extend the higher rate band. Then I got a question, isn't the PAYE 900 a monthly amount? Let's read this once more and see. For each of the 12 months of the tax year, Amanda's employer deducted 900 pounds of income tax from Amanda's monthly earnings. Oh, yes. If you read it, it seems like a monthly figure, but I'm sure they are referring to an annual number here because it seems like highly unrealistic, right? Because the income itself is 57,000. If I multiply 900 by 12, yes, it seems like a bit unrealistic. So if I multiply by 900, by 12. That itself comes to 10,800. So which seems to be a bit unrealistic. Yumna, are we okay? Right. Then for child benefit, I am giving a separate working. Net income, we already calculated. See, as in we know, I take that. Gross donation, we already calculated 800. So the adjusted net income would be this minus this, which is 56,200. Our limit is only 50,000. So we have an excess of 6,200. So I divide this by 100. So we have 6,200 pound slots. That means the percentage is going to be 62%. The child benefit received is 2,547. As a result, the charge would be 1,579. Are we okay with that? Any questions? Right. So I am going to link this also to my main working. So now my overall income tax liability would be 10,751. This is the answer for part C. Are we good? Any questions or clarities that you need on part C calculation? Sorry. Right. If you want to round, okay. So when we are rounding, there are two formulas that we are using. One is round off formula. That would be just round. So let me try that with the percentage around here. Let's try. If I round, normal rounding would be formula round. Type equal round tab, click the cell, comma, how many decimals you need. So let's say I want 0 decimals, 0, comma 0, then enter. That is round. If you want to round up, the same thing, we are going to use the formula round up. This one, to how much? Let's say 0. That's how the round formula will work. Here, I haven't used decimals for anything, so the same answer will appear. This is how the round formula and round up formula can be used. Arundhati, are we okay? Nothing to change. The same formula, you can use a percentage as well. It will appear in the same way. Are we okay? The same formula you can use. Oh, in the Excel. No, Excel also, if you want to round off, we use the round formula. If you use to round up, we use the round up formula. We are good? I think I am in a misunderstanding about your question. Are you referring to at which percentages we are going to use round and which percentages round up? Or are you asking to round the percentages, which formula that we need to use? Okay, let me move on to an Excel also and check what you are trying to say. Okay, let's walk into an Excel. Right. So let's say this line is in percentage. Let's say we have 67.909876. If this one we need to round off, what we need to do? That's what you're asking, right? How to change it to percentage, not rounding off. Am I correct? How to have the percentage mark? That's what you're asking. All right. Okay. Okay. I'll show you. So how to get the percentage mark? Just click this one. This will give you the percentage. Whether you need 2 decimals or 1 decimal, that you can decide. Just click this percentage mark. Are we good? Right. Okay. Any further questions on this particular illustration, guys? I mean the question. Right. Then can you guys try part D also? It carries 3 marks. Can you give a try? Great. So 3 marks means how many minutes do you have? Great. You have 5.4 minutes. Let's try to do it within 5 minutes. So you have 5 minutes to try this one. Give a try and share the answer with me. Let's go ahead, guys. Last question for today. Give a try. Guys, how's the situ? Anyone attempted? Time is up. I didn't receive any answers. How's the situ? Right. One done. The others? All right. Let's go ahead. So we are simply have to compute what kind of a gap or impact will happen if there is a property income that it is received by Amanda's husband instead of Amanda. So if that happen, what will happen to adjusted net income? So we already have excess, right? Which is 6,200 for Amanda. Now, if this property income is taken out of Amanda, what will happen? Yes. If that is the case, Amanda's excess in adjusted net income over and above 50,000 will be reduced by 2,000. So I am taking that. So as a result, the new excess in the adjusted net income would be 4,200. This we need to figure out how many 100-pound slots are there. So this 4,200 divided by 100, 42. So that means we are talking about 42%. How much is the child benefit received? We already know that is 2,547. I am taking that. So the new child benefit charge would be this 4,547 into 42%, which is 1,070. Earlier, the child benefit charge we already calculated 1,579. If that is the case, we have a reduction of child benefit charge by 509 pounds. Do we agree with that? Right. So by this amount, by this 509, Amanda's tax will be reduced. Am I correct? Right. But is that all? Is it only this 509 that is going to save Amanda's income now? Now, from her income, 2,000 is going to get reduced, right? So isn't her income tax exposure is also going to come down now? Yes, her taxable income will also come down. That means her income tax liability is going to come down because of this 2,000 also, isn't it? Correct? Right. So this 2,000 into this 40% would be reduced in her income tax as well. Do we agree? By 900, her income tax will also come down. Right. Then for her husband, his previous taxable income would have been how much? They have straight away given the taxable income, which is 21,000. Now we are talking about a property income of 2,000. So the new taxable income for her husband would be 23,000. Are we agreeing on that as well? Great. So this is below the basic rate band. So I am going to apply the basic rate, 23,000 into 20%, which is 4,600. So this is the new income tax. Do we agree? Right. So let me change the wording here. This is the new income tax. What would be the old income tax for her husband? 21,000 into 20%. 4,200 would be the previous income tax for her husband. Do we agree on that as well? Right. Then we take the tax savings. So for her husband, there is an additional tax of 400. Are we agreeing on that as well? So let's take this additional tax. Right. So overall, from Amanda's point of view, by this 509, there would be a tax saving. By this 800, there would be a tax saving. But from her husband's side, there would be additional tax of 400. So overall, 909 pounds will be saved. Are we agreeing on that? Right. So we did 2 questions from this particular past paper. Any queries on what we have done today? Right. So for the revision program, if I continue the same process, take a past paper, allow you guys to do question by question, and then we go ahead with the discussion. Do you feel this method would be effective, or any other suggestions from your end for the upcoming revision sessions? Right. I got one comment. The others, what are your thoughts? Right. So I got 2 responses. The others are very silent. So I hope you are okay with this method. Yes. From next week onwards, upfront, I will let you guys know which paper and which questions that I am looking at. Then you guys can just look into those questions as well. So are we good? Can we proceed? Right. So let's stop at this point for today. Those who are coming for the theory class, we know we have the next class on Thursday. We'll catch up on that class. So good night for everyone. Thanks a lot for your participation. Let's meet up on the next class. See you guys then. Take care.